Who's that? Commander Claw. Who's bad? Commander Claw.
Woo! Welcome to episode 11 of Underrated Commanders. I'm ecstatic because when I'm making this video, Edge of Eternities just came out. Well, not August 1st, but it's like a week away, 2 weeks away, something like that. So I will be dropping in some Edge of the Eternity cards within the video for these commanders. I'm not going to explain what the card does, but if you're watching it, make sure you pick up those Edge of Eternity's cards because they're going to go very well with these commanders. Without further ado, let's get right into it. I'm your host, Commander Claw. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So first of all, group hug commanders is not for everybody, and it's not for every opponent. However, if you are playing group hug, group slug, it is fun watching those players struggle. It is something about it. It is fun. And it also shows you who knows their deck. And it also shows you who is able to play around situations and if they know rulings. Let me introduce you to Rocco Street Chef, Naya Colors, that's red, green, and white, 2/4 body, legendary elf druid. He says, at the beginning of your end step, each player exiles the top card of their library. Until your next end step, each player may play the card they exiled this way. Then, whenever a player plays a land from exile or casts a spell from exile, you may put a +1/+1 counter on target creature and create a food token. It's an artifact with 2. Tap it, sacrifice this artifact, you gain 3 life. So let's talk about the first ability. So I had to say it. You know the Lobster Commander from Edge of Eternity is going to go well in the 99 of this. Yeah. Anyways, the first ability, allowing other players, your opponents, to cast spells from exile that you gave them is not for everybody. But it is fun. It is fun because when players whiff or they have to play a little bit faster than they want to because they're getting cards expeditiously, but they gotta play those cards before the turn, can mess up entire gameplay. So don't look at this as a downfall or downturn. It is card advantage always for you. You're in Naya colors, so you're built with a powerful creature, protective colors, mana ramp, and combat phases. You will do well. And putting +1/+1 creatures, because players have to play a land per turn, you're going to build a powerful creature that they eventually have to deal with. But also, your commander's not much of a threat. He's giving everybody cards, right? Right? I actually think these are the most dangerous commanders because everybody's in play, but however, they're also out of play because sometimes they whiff on spells or they have a mana clump in their deck or they don't play or they're forced to play. Indecisiveness, decision paralysis not only happens when you deck build, but also when you play the game. Rocco Street Chef, a must try commander, underrated, super fun. I know this commander is mad basic, boring. It's just an 18/6 frog spirit elemental, all for 3 double black and green mana. What else can it do? Well, heck, it's in Golgari colors. It can pretty much do commander damage to opponents. It's fun having an 18/6 on the battlefield and see what your opponents are going to do. And you think 6 mana is a lot to cast it? Remember, you're in green. Remember, you can put your commander into the graveyard if it dies and use a reanimation effect to bring him back from the graveyard to play instead of putting him into the command zone. Then we have the new Dominion bracelet from the Edge of Eternities. So that is a mind slaver on an equipment. So imagine doing that. Ugh, ugh. Then you can load up this Golgari deck with taking turns, taking control of your opponent's turns. There's another black spell that does that. Yargle Multani. Have fun, Commander Killer. Okay. Ezrim Agency Chief for 1 double white, double blue, 5/5 body, legendary Archon Detective from Murders of Kavlov. He has flying. He says when he enters, investigate twice. To investigate, create a clue token. It's an artifact with tap 2, sack it, draw a card. So he's a draw card commander. You're having a clue deck. Okay. Tap 1 mana, sacrifice an artifact. Ezrim gains your choice of Vigilance, Lifelink, or Hexproof until end of turn. So, what's cool with him is he is a Voltron Azorius commander. I always feel Azorius is always great at protecting whatever permanent on the battlefield that they want. And this commander is nothing but shy of that, right? What makes him nasty is you get to choose one of these 3 abilities just by sacrificing an artifact. It doesn't have to be a clue token. It could be a treasure token or maybe an artifact that wants to go into the graveyard. Yeah, and it's all for 1 mana. You think this guy is not going to stay around and deal damage to opponents? Cool Voltron commander. Uh, what else can I say? I like him. So thank you for watching this episode 11. Stick around for episode 12 in the top right-hand corner. Otherwise, go back and watch episode 10 if you haven't. It's right there in the bottom right-hand corner. Let me know of any other commanders y'all would like for me to talk about. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Commander Claw. Peace.